Hello, how's it going? This video is again about Tresor One, and this time we want to talk about the Tresor One community. You see it here. I've been thinking a lot in the past if I actually should do this or not, and I did it about 3 months ago, and it's time for a review. Why did I introduce a community? How is it going? Is it a dead space or not? And what are actually the benefits of doing so, and what are some of the challenges when you have your own product and maybe your own platform and you want to introduce a community or a forum or something like this. Should we do this or should we not? So I will do a review today about our community, and maybe it can give you some insights into if you should do it or not for your private project. But also if you're part of this community, maybe it gives you also some insights what I'm thinking behind it. So this is the Tresor One community. The provider is called circle.so. I was this close of building my own community for forums, comments and likes and stuff like this. But then they basically came out a few days before I wanted to start, and it had almost everything I wanted, and of course it has a dedicated team. It's much better than if I would build this on my own. So I immediately jumped on the paid plan. It's actually the highest cost for me every month, but it's really nice. So this is the community. We have currently about 5 spaces. We have the product updates where I'm irregularly writing what's new on the product. We have Schnack, basically discussions and talks. People write here about their strategies and share their public portfolios and discuss stocks, etc. Then we have the help section. This is of course where bugs and problems with the platform are reported, where a lot is going on, of course, especially in the last 3 weeks where we hit a few scaling pains. Then ideas and features. This one is for the Plus users only, so for paid subscribers. This is where we discuss ideas and features, and I'm sharing a bit when I will do stuff, why I'm doing it or why I'm not doing it. And we also show some, beta tests or designs for what comes up in the future and discuss this. And now we are also I will get into it, but we are asking also some users for interviews to just understand how people are using Tresor and how we can do it better. And then we have here the knowledge base. This was the plan to, in general, Tresor One is there to lower the barrier for getting into the stock market and teaching people a thing or two as well. So this is where the knowledge base comes in. But I'm very short on time to write stuff there. So this might move again to the website. But anyways, these are the spaces where people are currently at. But this is the more important thing about what we should talk about today is why do we do this in the first place? So in general, communities are quite hard, and the danger if you do it for your own product is that no one is in there. It's a dead space. I've seen this plenty of times. I've also had this in the past, that you create a forum, and it's not like you throw a forum out there like some kind of board or community and people just show up and post stuff. There has to be some connection to it and some motivation for people to be in there, to be part of this community. And I was very afraid of doing that, because that community is actually more harmful than no community. It just shows lack of interest in the product and lack of interest in the community, or in the whole project. So I was very reluctant to do this. But at some point I just couldn't keep up with some stuff, so I had to do it. If you have an active community, it's fantastic for engagement, right? People come on the site into the community for the community's sake, to talk with other people, not only because they use the product, because they want to take a look at their portfolio in this case, but also because they want to talk to other investors about strategies, about stocks, want to see what's up. They want to see if there are problems and discuss features. So it's great for engagement if you have an active community. And I want Tresor One to be a place where people can turn to, especially newcomers, people that have never been on the stock market, that don't know what to buy, that don't know what an ETF is or what dollar cost averaging is. I want this kind of stuff, that they find answers there and a little bit of guidance in the community and on Tresor One. I will get much more into this kind of, let's say, educational content and help for beginners. But I had to start somewhere, and I started basically as a productivity tool for people that already know what's going on. But I will move down. I want to lower the barrier, so I will move down, let's say, in the experience dimension of people, of the users. And one thing that I hope the community would be, and it definitely is now, is a place where people can find support. So if something didn't work on the site, I was bombarded with messages, dozens, if not hundreds per day. There is no way I can keep up with the customer support like this on my own, especially while I have to fix this in my free time. It's insane. So it was a necessity for me to create a community where people have to post their problem there and not write me directly. And then other people see this already. They see that it was posted already. They can comment on it. I can quickly see how many people have the same problem and not. So if I go to the help section here, I can see here that, for example, we had here portfolio not loading, 13 comments. I can already see, okay, this was a widespread problem. I could comment in there. Everyone sees it. I have to answer once and not for every single individual. And even better is that there are some questions there of people that simply, they have a question of how to perform a specific operation in their portfolio, or if they don't see something or whatever it is. They just have a question. It's answered by the other people in the community. And this is such a huge help. Like I seriously want to thank every single person in that community who's posting, who's helping other people. This is helping this project so much in the sense that I can spend my time on building the product and not on customer support and answering all these questions. Even though I would love to have contact with everyone, it's simply not possible from a time perspective. So there are a few people, you can see a lot of active names here. There are a few people in this community that I can see every day. They're answering, they're helping people, and this is such an incredible help. So huge thank you to everyone in the community. Now I'm getting away with the review already that this has been a big success for me and for us, for the project. And I wanted to show you the stats. So this tool has some stats. And as you can see, we are getting like a slight upwards trend in daily active members. Monthly active members, we had a bit, now this is October, so we are only at half of October, so this might still grow. We have inactive members, so people that were in the community once and have not posted for 30 days. And new members is going down, but that's normal because we had already a user base of 2,000 users on Tresor when we introduced the community. And then people came in the beginning, and now, of course, these are new people. These are basically the sign-ups now that come in, so it's not that big. But you can see the top members here, so we have a few of these very brave and awesome people that answer a lot of stuff in the community. So they have basically scores here. The more you post and get likes for this, so there's a scoring system behind. It's not public, but I can see basically the most active users in the community that are very helpful. We see the topics, the spaces, we see popular days and the popular times when people are active. If I go to the members tab here, I see more like top members, active commenters. I see the topic starters, who creates new topics, and most appreciated, who receives the most likes. So yeah, this is pretty interesting to see, and maybe also interesting for the people in the community to see this for the first time. Daily active members, as you can see, an upwards trend. That's pretty nice. Yeah, so all in all, I'm very, very happy. There is a lot more going on than I thought of, that I have hoped for in the beginning when I introduced this, and I'm more than happy. Like seriously, sometimes I'm in the evening I'm taking out my iPad and I'm saying, okay, now it's community time, half an hour or 1 hour. I'm going into the community and answer all the topics that have been started and where I should comment or say something. And then I see that other people are already answering this and that people have been helped. Like the topic is basically closed. I don't have to answer. It's like I'm getting such a smile on my face and I'm thinking, thank you. Like seriously, this frees up so much energy and time for me to focus on the product. Amazing. We have an engagement tab here. This shows more like the direct messages that are sent. So of course, nobody can read the direct messages that users send to each other, but we see how many direct messages are sent overall. So people are communicating not only to me, but also to each other. New direct message threads. We have topics started and comments. And then we have, of course, the most popular topics from a comments perspective. And we have the most liked comments also. And from a spaces perspective, the spaces that I showed you in the beginning, this is basically the overview for that. So topics by week, in which space are they happening the most, which topics are the most engaged, and help, of course, is the biggest one, simply because, people get into the community mostly because they want help, and hopefully they stay because of the discussions and the people around it. But that's, of course, the biggest reason why people come in the first place. Comments by week, and then the spaces here. So we only have 5 spaces now. I plan to expand this, but I'm very careful with adding new spaces because I don't want to spread it thin. Each space needs people that are in there and active, so it's interesting. But just so you know what I'm thinking of, we are providing more tools for developers as well in the future. So we have, of course, the import currently that is open source and has an awesome and active open source community that builds it, that continues to build it. Like especially David here, he is insanely active on managing the open source library. Shout out. That's seriously amazing. And we will put more stuff open source in the future, and we might open up our API so that people can build their own tools for themselves or for other users and be able to fetch our data, like the security data that we gathered over so many months, the historical data, etc. So we have a lot of crowdsourced data as well, like core data of securities, the countries, for ETFs as well, for industries. And I think this is very valuable data, and we can give some of that back, some for free, some behind a paywall through an API. So long story short, there will be probably some developer spaces here as well, where we can talk about the open source stuff, the API, and some other developments that are happening. But also I want to get more engaged with the user base as well. So maybe I will do German live streams just for Tresor One users where I can answer their questions. Like I'm getting many questions same time over and over again about pricing, about the future, about features, and whatnot. And I would like to have this answered also in a live stream sort of session. So I might add some sort of video space here where I will basically in German talk to the Tresor One user base and answer all of their questions, because the matter of fact is still I want to be as transparent as possible with everything that I do and that we do in the background. So these are just some thoughts though. So this has been already, I'm rambling already for quite some time, but overall the community has been a big success and it's continuing to grow. Even if it's not growing, if it's just staying on this level, it's really nice. And I'm so thankful for everyone that is in there and answering and helping people and starting discussions. So our designer currently is looking for feedback, for example. We will do some user interviews specifically about the upcoming native apps that we are building right now. That is all stuff that we do in the community. And if you want to support the project, but you don't want to go into the pro version or something like this, what helps us a lot if you are active in the community. write about your investment philosophy, write about your stock portfolio, show us what you do or what your thoughts are, ask questions, help other people if they have questions. This helps so much, you can't believe it, because the bigger Tresor One gets, the harder it is with customer support, the harder it is to answer to everyone involved if they have questions and problems. We try to automate as much as possible, but some stuff is just a lot of, let's say if 1,000 people have 1,000 different questions, I cannot automate that, of course, in the beginning. That's where the community comes in. So thanks again for everyone in there. If you have your own product and think about it, try somehow to see if there are engaged users that write you ideas, that are active, that want to help other people. And then you can, this will be hugely valuable if you're able to do this for your own community, especially if it gets bigger. And if you have a couple thousand users, I think it's a good sign that that people are interested, and maybe they want to be more engaged even in your product and the community around it. So it's definitely a recommendation of mine to do it, but again, as I said in the beginning, careful. If it's a dead space, it might be more harmful, but I think there might be no harm in giving it a try for a month or two and see where it leads. For us, it was great, and I'm very thankful for everyone in there, and I will continue to do that. So, okay, that's it. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.